Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game. This is currently live on YouTube right now. We have 35 viewers in. Welcome, everyone. Chat is pretty active right now, which is awesome. And we have a game here of Kinesi versus Harang. And Harang has actually been sort of starred on other of my casted games as well, I believe. But this one is, in particular, looking at Kinesi. And we're going to be looking at the Fast Fortress strategy. Now, he calls it the Fast Fortress. I would probably call it more of like a Warrior Priest boom sort of semi-fast fortress. If I'm being honest, if I'm splitting hairs and being that kind of guy, I'd probably say that it's more of that. But let's just have a look at it. We're going to call it the Fast Fortress strat. And let's see what happens here. Because I think this is a strategy that not many Aztec players do anymore. A lot of Aztec players like to just rush or play H2. But let's see how the H3 goes. Because I think it's pretty darn powerful and scary at the same time. And let's see how the best Aztec player in the game does it. So we see here, immediately going to be going in for 3 villagers. And we're going to be chopping that extra wood a little bit there to get a trade post. It's so important with this build of what Kinesi does is get the trade post. So you get that extra XP tempo, the card tempo that you need to help yourself in this game. And of course, Kinesi here is playing on the south side of the map as Aztec in the cyan. And on the north side of the map, we have Harang here playing as the Swedes in the red. So let's just switch back to Kinesi and let's keep an eye on what he does here. He's going to be grabbing a nice treasure. That is an amazing treasure. Very, very nice that he grabbed that. 75 wood. That's going to help in the transition for him, definitely. And he's going to be dropping a house as well. That's all you need to do. Community plaza, house, TP. You are going to need to chop a little bit of wood, which Kinesi did do. And 3 villagers are now going to be coming out. There we go. Lovely. There it is. And he's actually going to use 1 vill here to herd the second hunt, which is unusual. Normally, you just focus on the first hunt. Don't focus on the second or the third when you're in age 1. Just focus on the first. And then, in transition, you pull in your next 2 hunts. That's what you should, most of the time, you should normally do. And he is going to be grabbing himself 100 XP here. Fantastic. Making sure not to last hit with the Explorer. Very crucial. Don't last hit with the Explorer. 100 XP. Look at that. Look at the XP that he's got so far. It's just nuts. It's going to get even more crazy, guys. This is an XP sort of build. This is the amount of XP that is going to be trickling in is going to be on steroids. It's crazy with Aztec. It's going to get more crazy as the game goes on. So let's have a look at the deck while Kinesi is just gathering food here. Let's have a quick look. So we can see that we have some interesting cards here. One of them being the Kalmakak. This is recently been nerfed, but basically it halves the time that it takes for you to get to age 3. So Kinesi generally uses this when he's going from age 2 to age 3. Not age 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So that'll be used later on. And now we can see that he's obviously used the 3 villager card. Interesting other ones that he has, crucial ones, is the Aztec mining. That is a really nice card to get in age 3 to help with coin production. Or coin eco, sorry. And it switches some of your units from wood to coin. And of course, double knight attack and HP. And then in age 4, knight combat again. And then slinger combat as well. And this one is called the 1v1 Fast Fortress. That's what it's called. So we're going to call it that. We're going to call it the Fast Fortress. Some people say it's semi-fast fortress. We're going to call it the Fast Fortress. And, yeah. I think this could be the next go-to strat for Aztec. And even though Aztec have got some nerfs coming their way in the update, I still think this is going to be a good strategy. So what is Kinesi doing? He's aging up with the messenger here. The fast age up, ladies and gents. He's going for it. And the reason that he's doing that, and I'll tell you quickly why, because he's going to be dancing for warrior priests. So his next aim is to get max warrior priests. And you can only get warrior priests, you can only dance for warrior priests when you're in age 2. So he wants to get up there as quickly as he can. That's what he wants to do, because he wants to get that ball rolling. That's why he's going for the fast age up. 2 cards available now. This is what I'm saying. 2 cards stacked up already for him. And Harang here is a little bit behind on the age up himself. And I don't know whether he's going to play... He's probably going to play age 2 because he is Swedes. I mean, you rarely play Fast Fortress with Swedes. So he's going to be putting some kind of pressure on Kinesi, I imagine, at some point. Age 2 has happened. Now, look, what's happening right now? Pretty much all villagers at the moment have immediately gone over to the community plaza, and he's starting to dance for warrior priests. First card in, when he's in age 2, 3 warrior priests to boost the production so he can get to 10, and then 5 villagers straight after that. So quite greedy. Kinesi plays very greedy, and the reason that he does is because he's very good at defending. So there may be some bits in here that you might want to change. If you're not good at defending, then you might feel a little bit uncomfortable going for 3 villagers after 3 warrior priests. You might, for example, want to ship wood and maybe drop a war hut just to cover yourself. That is an option, of course. But for Kinesi here, he's going to be pumping out the warrior priests. Here we go. 3 more warrior priests. And they go on. Here we go. How quick are we getting warrior priests now, ladies and gents? 17 seconds. Another card available. It's non-stop. 5 vills are on the way. And he's basically made sure that he's still collecting food so that he can make villagers. So the only thing that he did between age 1 and age 2 was he chopped a bit more wood so he could drop another house, and then he left some villagers to gather some food so he can keep constant villager production while he's doing this. Because as you can see, all of his villagers are dancing, or they're not dancing, but they're just at the community plaza, you know. And now, that was an unfortunate herd, but now he's peeling 1 vill off to go and do that. He's got 7 warrior priests. 7 warrior priests, and he's basically just rallying any new villager to the community plaza. Now 5 more villagers, which is going to basically bump the time up even quicker. He's got 8 warrior priests. Look at the timing. This is the kind of timing that you need to get to. You're probably not going to do it, guys. Trust me. Don't want to be that guy, but you're probably not going to be able to do it as quickly as Kinesi. But I would definitely aim around 5 minutes 30 for all warrior priests. And you can see now when he's got 9, he kind of just moves the majority of vills off. And now we've kind of got like a food and coin production here. And then the 700 wood coming in is going to be used for some infrastructure, like a market, a war hut. Now, the only downside with this is that you could get rushed at any point. You could get rushed around this time, you know. Sub 6 minutes, someone could be pushing into your base. So as I say, that's why you might need to change it and go for 700 wood earlier. Yeah, someone's saying, is this strategy good against a hard rush? Ideally, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't recommend this against a hard rush. I think it's doable, but you'll probably have to switch around your cards. We can see that 700 wood has provided an extra house, a market. He's now getting hunting dogs. And now 600 coin is on the way. So he's moved some of his vills off now, and he's just going to mine 400 coin, and then he's going to move the rest of the vills over to food. But the crazy thing about this fast fortress, right, we can see, look at this pressure coming down from Harang. Look at what time we're in. We're at 6 minutes 30. Harang here hasn't even got the barracks down. Yes, he's got good eco. I'll give him that. He's got 13 torps. He's looking good. He's got double racks on the way, but Kinesi is nearly ready to start aging up. You know, so this is going to be very, very difficult. Now, as I say, I bet you could probably modify this to deal with a really hard rush. As I said, you could probably maybe, instead of shipping 5 vills, you could maybe ship 700 wood earlier. You could drop a war hut. Kinesi said to me as well, in transition from age 2 to 3, you can ship 9 slingers, or you could ship spearmen. You also have the big button from the TC for your Jaguars. So there's many kind of options, and of course you can get your Minutemen from your community plaza, your warriors. You can spawn warriors from your community plaza as well. So there's lots of options that you can use to defend when you are in that situation, but obviously it's easier said than done. So next card is going to be Kalmakak. This is the card that's going to basically halve the age up, and now we do see the war hut going down. So he's going to be using the Kalmakak here to help him get up quicker. And Kinesi likes to wall. I'd recommend putting a wall up just around your war hut here. And we can now see some cav pressure coming in. So this is the scary thing, is trying to deal with something like this. So Kinesi's probably going to want to generate warriors, and there they are, immediately switching to warriors. He's going to need that. He might need jaguars as well. So he's going to start shipping them. And now there is a batch of crossbowmen in his base. So he's getting a timing attack, ladies and gents. This is a timing attack from Harang here, and his war hut just about got up here. He is going to use the warriors continually. There is the big button that I mentioned. That is now coming in as well. So he's just going to keep producing these warriors. And the war hut here is trying to do what it can, but that is going to go down. So it's not 100% perfect for Kinesi here. He's got to really defend here. This is a great example. We can now see the Aztec scouting party has come in. He's gone for the age up for the double noble hut. That's the one that you want to do. And immediately he's got a card to get 9 jaguars out. The 9 jaguars are going to be here. And he's still managing to defend here. Jaguars are good against cavalry and light cav, and also heavy infantry as well. Warriors are going to be doing a good job here. There's a lot of them here. And still, Harang's kind of attack here. Yes, he's managed to take a war hut down. But he's still going to be in a tricky position. We've got 9 jaguars coming in. And now the war chief can be resurrected. This war chief, very, very quickly, because of all the warrior priests. And he's managed to defend, ladies and gents. And there's the 9 jaguars. So he's done a great defense. There's a lot of crossbows. A lot of crossbows. And what is Kinesi doing? Immediately going in with 10 coyote runners. That's what he's immediate. Oh, no. He's actually being greedy. This is classic Kinesi right now. He is a very greedy player. So now he's going for 8 vills. And he's actually, interestingly, going for arrow knights. He's actually going for arrow knights. Very, very interesting. We can see them coming in. And the jaguars have actually gone invis here. So using that invis, that camouflage ability, is going to be trying to get behind the crossbowman here. Once again, he has resurrected the explorer with 1250 HP. More vills coming out here. And now the jaguars are going to be able to get on top of the crossbowmen because of that camouflage. Absolutely insane. Going to be picking off now those crossbowmen, and they just can't get away quick enough. And the promotions on them is coming in as well. And he's obviously switched to the attack dance for them as well. Now we see some arrow knights. And I get the reason for the arrow knights now, because he can then start sieging the front base. I just wouldn't have thought that it will be an option that he's going for. He hasn't actually gone for a normal war hut yet. He's still just using the double noble huts. And I think he's probably going to go... Yeah, he's going to go Aztec mining. There it is. That outpost is going to go down. So the Aztec mining is a fantastic card. It gives you a better yield on mines. So it means that you can last longer mining. And also it increases the gather rate on mines as well. And it switches your wood cost of units to coin cost. So it means your macro can be a little bit easier for you. So once again, Kinesi here is going to be sieging the front racks here. So Harang in an interesting position. 41 villagers for Kinesi because of that 8 villager shipment that he did. And now he's getting the support card for the slingers. Very, very scary support card here. He's actually starting to move a few vills over to wood now. He's going to need it. He's going to need to get a house. I would be tempted just to buy the wood to put a house down or 2, but looks like he's chopping it. And now Harang is actually in age 3 himself, and he's going to be actually going for the hacker pellets. The hacker pellets with the Corollians. The arrow knights here trying to do what they can. They definitely doesn't want to lose the arrow knights here. You can hear that more warriors are now being spawned. The warrior build limit is only 8. But he's just going to continue with those. And he's got the 12 slingers ready to come out of this war hut very, very soon. They're going to be good against the hacker pellets. They're going to be okay against the crossbowmen as well. They are not upgraded. But I don't know if he wants to switch to the attack dance. He's not doing it just yet. He's now got the 10 coyotes in queue. So more units coming in. Just unstoppable, this really is. And now he's probably going to... Oh, he's actually switching to the healing. Wow. So it really requires you to have good APM using the community plaza. You've got to have this thing hotkeyed. You've got to have the community plaza hotkeyed. You're going to be switching between dances quite a bit. This healing is so crazy. It's not healing the warriors, but it is healing up the other units. Now he's just switching back to XP. You can see that he's constantly switching. What is his macro? Most of the time, it seems to be pretty much... I would say if I had to do it as percentages, I'll probably say 40% food, 40% gold, 20% wood. That's kind of how it seems to be, because you need some kind of villagers on wood because you need to keep building houses. And because he's got Aztec mining now, all of his units are food and gold. So that's pretty much all he needs to worry about. Inca is the only one I've played that doesn't dance switch a lot on the plaza. Yeah, Inca is pretty much the only one that you kind of really keep just on the wood ceremony. That's pretty much all you do if you do have a community plaza. However, sometimes in fights, you can move all of your villagers, or if there's villagers nearby, move them over, switch to attack dance for Inca, and it can help. Definitely. But yeah. So, doing a fantastic job here, Kanisi. Going to be finishing off this second barracks here, and Kanisi makes this look really easy, but I must stress to you guys that this will take you a while to get used to. This kind of play style, because you might not be as greedy as Kanisi with the villager shipments and stuff like that. And if you're not, then your eco is not going to be there. So if you want to play like Kanisi, you need to be really good at... It's going to teach you how to defend. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a great defender. I'm a better attacker. So this is definitely going to be something. We can see Jaegers have now been shipped by Harang here, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. All the coyotes have been dispatched. And yeah, he's having to now make coyote runners. And he's still continuing with arrow knights. You can sort of treat your arrow knights as skirms a little bit. Definitely. We can see that he's now got the slinger upgrade as well. That's another thing as to why, you know, Kanisi is chopping wood. It's not just for population space. He's going to need it to upgrade his units as well. And I believe the coyotes are not upgraded. So he's probably going to want to upgrade those at some point. And I'd probably drop down another war hut. We can actually see a third noble hut going down the left side here. I didn't see that. So he's going to start to expand that side and maybe... Yeah, probably going to want to siege these torps on the left side. Let's have a look at Kanisi's vision on the map here as well now. Yeah, he's got a lot of vills on wood, and now he's going for another card, which is the Founder card. So this one is one that costs 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 coin. It basically increases the XP that you get from when your units kill other units around your Explorer. Okay? So if you don't know, your Explorer basically... What it means is when units around the Explorer kill other units, you get extra XP. So it says here, the leader of your tribe increases the kill XP earned by nearby friendly units. So basically what this card does, it increases that further. This will be nerfed in the next patch. At the moment, it's going to be doubled. So it's going to be 100 food, 100 wood, and 100 coin, which is basically actually tripling. You could sort of say it's tripling. No, it is doubling, isn't it? What am I talking about? It is doubling, yeah. Sorry. It's doubling the cost, but it's still a lot to gather. And now we can see that the second tier of the big button on the TC is coming into effect, which will get you, I believe it's 8 Jaguars. And I don't exactly know how much food that actually is. I can't actually remember. Is it 1,000 food for 8? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway. He's gonna get his Jags out now as well. Here they are. And the Jaguars are very good at sieging. 36 siege for them, so they're going to be able to, well, kill this Vil definitely, and then they're going to be able to take the torps down. And now what do we see? Now we start to see upgrades in. So basically what you want to do is kind of go for the more of the units first. If you can ship 8 Vils, ship it. You kind of then want to go for the Aztec mining. That's very crucial. So your mines last longer. And then after that, unit shipments. And then after the unit shipments... It's all about that night attack. That's what you want to get. Because a great composition that... So there's many Aztec compositions. One of them is Eagle Runner with Slingers, which is basically a skirm goon, if you think about it in that way. Also coupled with Arrow Knights is very good because the Arrow Knights can deal with artillery. Another one is like Coyote Eagle Runner. That's actually can be pretty effective. Also, once again, with Arrow Knights on your backline is also very helpful. And that's pretty much it. The Jaguars are good as well. I would say maybe like Jaguars also with Coyotes as well. But you can see here, look at all the different units. You know, you got all different units here. So a lot of the time you are going to be dealing with more than just 2 types of units. Definitely going to be dealing with 3 with Aztec. And once again, it's all about that knowledge. It's about what counters what can I use well, how can I micro this. And still only 1 war hut, which is very interesting. So he's not worrying about building a second war hut just yet. Yeah, Jaguars and Coyotes are quite fun way of playing. I'd recommend Eagle Runners pretty much always in your composition. Eagle Runners are a very, very good unit. We can now see the next upgrade. There it is, Knight hit points. That's 15%. And also, the reason why it's good is because the Arrow Knights are another Knight unit. You've got the Eagle Runners, which is the second Knight unit. And then, of course, finally, you have the Jaguars as well. So if you can keep Eagle Runners and Arrow Knights in your composition, then going for these upgrades is just going to help. And of course, we can see further slingers now being created. There is only still 1 war hut. Only 1 war hut. However, we do have lots of noble huts. We've got 3 noble huts right now. 2 of them are training. Now it's going to be sieging these torps down. You know, the Arrow Knights doing a fantastic job, as they always do. Insane range, really, really nice units. I love the Arrow Knights. And then they're going to be pushing forward upon Harangue here. Remember, the attack dance is on here, so 21% more damage. Look at all the XP coming in now as well. Explorer tanking so much as well, which is really crucial. Just the slingers, man. The slingers are just nuts. And you can see them absolutely shredding through the hacker pellets and the Corollians here. There's just so many units here. And there is the GG from Harangue. So there we go, ladies and gents. There is the Kinesi Fast Fortress. Now, do we call it a fast fortress? Well, let's just have a quick look, shall we? Let's have a look at when he did age up. He aged up at just sub 8 minutes. Call that what you will. If you think that's a fast fortress, then it is. If you don't, you don't. But we are going to call it... Some people call it the Warrior Priest Boom because, you know, there's obviously the 10 Warrior Priests on there. Whatever you want to call it, I think it's an interesting strategy for the Aztecs. And I think it's a strategy that I don't normally see that much. I normally see the Age 2, which is always a fun thing to do, right? You know, playing Age 2, it's always fun. Getting the map control, doing a timing attack, or doing a really sort of early rush is always something that you see from an Aztec player. But I think this strategy is pretty insane. If you can defend well, then you're unstoppable in my eyes. How would you deal with, like, against Spanish player, for example? Well, you'd have to... You know, because they're going to probably go for a very, very quick Age 3. So there's so many things that you've got to learn to defend and learn and know what to ship in certain scenarios. Because you're not always... If we have a look here. So this is the deck here. You're not always going to be able to ship in the certain order that Kinesi does. So obviously we had the 3 villager. I'll just make this smaller. We had the 3 villager. We then had the 5 villager. Straight after that. No, sorry, we had the 3 villager. Sorry, let me start again. 3 villager, 3 warrior priest to get the warrior priest boom going. We then had all the villagers over onto the community plaza once you get into Age 2. Then it's 5 villagers. They go immediately on the community plaza as well. Once you got 10 villagers, sorry, once you got 10 warrior priests, you move all the vills off. Majority of them are on gold. And then you want to ship 700 wood. And then you want to ship 700 coin. 600 coin, sorry. I believe that was the order. Or maybe it was 600 coin and then 700 wood. I think it was that way round. I'm sure you guys can let me know. I can't. I've actually forgotten what order that those two were in there. But you definitely ship both of them. With the 700 wood, you'll probably drop a house. You'll drop a war hut. You'll drop a market. and get hunting dogs as a minimum. And then when you're in age 3, it gets a bit tricky. Kinesi tends to try to always go 8 vils first, but sometimes, you might have to go for a unit shipment. And then at some point, you'll get Aztec mining. And yeah, as I say, you can immediately send like a support card if you have the coin and all that good stuff. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something. Give this a go. I'm definitely going to give it a go at some points. Let me know how it sort of goes for you. And I hope you enjoyed this cast here of Kinesi showcasing the Fast Fortress Strat. There we go.